And what wealthy people do is they shatter their boundaries and they try new things. And that puts you in another level of wealth. Makes you think different. It makes you exposed to more. It makes you excited about more. It makes you accept more. You see somebody paying for a mansion effortlessly and you're trying to pay for your little apartment and it is just taking everything out of you, then you know there's another level to this. I need to get to that effortless level, and if they can, I can too. You got to try new boundaries, okay? They try new boundaries. They don't just stay within limitations and limited thinking. Wealthy people always are testing the boundaries. They get past outside their boundaries, okay? So you gotta decide that you're gonna go outside the boundary for wealth. When you stay within certain boundaries, then it causes you to have limited thinking. You gotta get outside your comfort zone. You gotta get uncomfortable to become profitable. You have to get uncomfortable to become profitable. You will never become super profitable within a comfort zone, in a radius. A lot of people like to stay within the radius of their home. Growing up, you drive to the corner store, you drive to a certain store in your neighborhood. And when we were growing up, my mom, who's sitting back there, would say, she would say sometimes, the good meat is over in the other neighborhood, is over here. She was like, we have stuff here, but when you want the good meat, we have to go over here. This is how, when we grew up, I would hear her say that. So she would have to drive outside of her comfort zone was to go to the corner market, the market that was in our neighborhood. But she would say when she wanted to have something nice and fine, she's like, the good meat, you got to go over here to that neighborhood to go get it. So I remember we would drive over to the other neighborhood and we'd go to the butcher. And then she would get what they call the good meat and then come back. Well, sometimes what's happening is we're staying in the comfort zone of our home, and some of you do it too. The good stuff is outside of the comfort zone, the radius of where you're actually living or how you do things. And the good stuff is way over here outside your comfort zone. But if you don't ever travel outside of your comfort zone, you're not going to get to the good meat. You're going to have to break some boundaries, and wealthy people always do it. They're always going past their limitations and their boundaries. When Ari first started traveling, she traveled to Puerto Rico, to Mexico. Those were some of her travel destinations. Then she got outside into new boundaries, and then she started going to London and Paris and Italy. Then she went to Dubai. Then there's another level, okay? So I hope you're understanding, you get me. There's nothing wrong with traveling to Puerto Rico or to Mexico, but it's a different destination than the last trip she took before the pandemic was to the Amalfi Coast. Puerto Rico and the Amalfi Coast are two different kind of destinations. But when she first started traveling, she was just glad to travel. But then she had to break into new boundaries. You had to get outside of your boundaries. And boundaries are set up because they are containers, and they contain you with a certain level of wealth. Sometimes you can't even have the next level because you haven't seen what the next level is like. Don't despise ever seeing the next level. Sometimes you need to see how people live, see what they do. When she went to the Amalfi Coast, how she got to the restaurant was by yacht or by a speedboat. They can take you. But the restaurant's over there. You're on land over here. You want to go to the top restaurant over there. You guys got to get over there. You can't get over there by car. That's a different experience than us hiking up to the restaurant, maybe in Mexico or something. All right? So there's boundaries that are set in life. And what happens is a lot of times we get so comfortable with our boundaries that we won't upset any of them. We don't want to go past them. And a lot of you think that you don't even belong past your boundaries. So you don't even have certain pictures on your dream board anymore. You don't even post them up. They don't even go on the vision board because it's a boundary in your head. That's a boundary for me. That's not where I go and travel. That's not my destination. And some people will travel to the same place for 15 years and think that's okay. They won't ever go anywhere else because they set a boundary, and this is what I'm comfortable with, this is what I can afford, this is what we can do, or I'm going to just go down south to my cousin's house for the family reunion, and we all going to sleep at the house together because we saved money on the hotel. 15 of us, some of us going to be on the floor. We're going to fight over Kool-Aid, who going to get the last barbecue rib. If I go to the store, I got to take my stuff with me. I can't even leave it at the house because Pookie and them go eat it up before I get back. So we got these boundaries, and you looking at me like you don't, but I know I'm in the house today, and you are not going to go past them because this is what I can do, this is what I can afford, this is where I'm at right now, and I'm good with this. Well, you need to not be good with good, you need to be good with better. And what wealthy people do is they shatter their boundaries, and they try new things, and that puts you in another level of wealth. Makes you think different. It makes you exposed to more. It makes you excited about more. It makes you accept more. It makes you not be envious of people, not be jealous of other people. It makes you think bigger about wealth. When you see a person that can own a yacht, and you're just trying to pay for your car, then you know there's a whole lot of money in this earth. You're like, there's a lot of money here. That's why you got to see stuff. You see somebody paying for a mansion effortlessly, and you're trying to pay for your little apartment, and it is just taking everything out of you, then you know there's another level to this. I need to get to that effortless level, and if they can, I can too. What are your boundaries? You need to let them go. You need to get your journal out and say, you know what? I'm shattering some boundaries. My income boundary, my check boundary, my money boundary, my investment boundary, what's in my savings boundary, how I think, who I hang around, what I do, what I put online. I'm shattering all those boundaries.